So I was kind of tired of all the AAA games, or very indie and very specific, and after the 2 hours mark on Steam when I couldn't refund it anymore, I was kind of like trapped because I didn't like them anymore. And I was like so bored of any repetitive kind of like basic, I don't know, cooking simulator or like farming simulator. But I always came back to Dreamlight Valley. Although I'm not really a super princessy Disney lover. And after, I would say, a moderate of 30 hours into the game, with like 20 hours on board on Steam and 10 hours on my old Nintendo Switch 2, I decided to buy Wishblossom Ranch, which is the latest DLC that they got on sale on Steam and on any other platform that Dreamlight Valley is available. Let me tell you that it was the best decision, although sure, I wasn't like really too deep into the story. I wasn't really doing too many quests. I was mainly doing the friendship quests and not really a lot of the main story quests. Sure, a lot of the main story quests so that I would unlock new biomes. But other than that, no, I wouldn't have other things on my list that I would do besides like crafting or like taking care of the crops or like harvesting, anything. Fishing. I love fishing, by the way. I just love fishing in that game. It's amazing. It's like super easy. You can do something else on the side. But when I'm telling you that this DLC occupied most time because I was so into it and so into having a horse. Basically, you're going to the dream castle that you're having on your valley map. You know, the huge big ass castle like near to your house. Well, in case you didn't change your house location, because I didn't. Across from me there are living Remy and Mikey. Mikey? Who the fuck is Mikey? No, Mickey I meant. And yeah, me and my neighbors, Remy and Mickey. This time I got it right. But when I'm telling you that you need to go to your dream castle and then go to the library, I was about to say the Library of the Lost, but that's for the Empyrean series that I've been reading currently, so just don't mind that. But then you go to the library, and to the library you're having the different paths that you can take to the other realms. Of course, besides going into the map and then pressing from there where you want to travel, which is far more simple. And I've been only doing that and only clicking the fountains and everything instead of traveling with my horse, although it's bad because you need to travel by your horse and you need to jump on obstacles and you need to feed him and you need to brush him in order to do a level for him to do other perks for you, but we will get there in a second. So going back to the dream castle, just backtracking a bit, you're going into the Dreamlight Castle, I think that's the name of it, and then you are just going to go into the library and then you're going to click on your amazing journey with some, I guess, train that it's floating. I think it is, because the boat that is floating is for Eternity Isle, I think. I don't know. I don't remember right now. But I think I'm correct. I think I'm onto something. And guess what? About the Eternity Isle DLC, which I just got recently, there's so much content into each and every one of the DLCs, and there's like so much content into the game itself, which I don't know why I got it. But it's also a funny story about Eternity Isle, but we're just going to stick to that in another video. Once I got into Wishblossom Ranch, the biomes are amazing. The map is huge. I just unlocked the first zone and then I discovered the next zone, which basically allowed me to talk to Tinkerbell and just gather pixie dust and everything for the little zones that allowed me to go into the other biomes. And also you're like talking to Snow White, and Snow White is basically giving you some quests until you're going to go for your horse and to kind of like create him and see how he's going to look with the mane, with the tail, with the pattern of the body. Oh my god, Snow White is so annoying. I just wish they kept the audio settings separate for every and each of the characters, because Mirabelle and Snow White, they are so annoying. They're just utterly annoying and pissing me off every time I'm like talking to them, and this is why I just ditch them entirely. I just ditch talking to them. I just don't make daily discussions. I just don't do anything at this point anymore. Of course, I need needed to do in order to complete some of the things with Snow White. And I think I need to level her up in order to have some story quests with her, but whatever. I'm just going to do that some other time, maybe some other year. This is not going to be the year for sure. But then after you're making the horse, they're basically telling you how you can level up. So you can level up by either jumping obstacles, by feeding him, by brushing him, by just galloping with him anywhere you got him wanting to. And also, once you level up, you can pick one of the actions that your characters could do for you. That it's either digging, harvesting. Of course, you cannot fish from your horse, which I don't get why. Why they didn't implement me fishing from my horse, I don't even want to know, because it doesn't make any sense. But it would have been amazing. Instead of me dismounting every goddamn time and then mounting back and then dismounting again and whatever, it's just a bummer. Your horse could water your crops. I know it's weird, right? But it's like super cute. He's like super cute helping you. Then you can level up the terrain for the crops, which again, it's like super cute. He's like helping you farm. Why wouldn't you like it? He's basically paying his rent up, right? Then you can also mine rocks with him, so like 3 things. And you can remove night thorns, which is super useful. And of course, you're having the other DLC, for example, the Eternity Isle, you cannot remove the swirling sand that you need to remove with the hourglass. That's the only downside, let's say. But other than that, it's amazing. It has a lot of biomes. Of course, instead of me exploring, I was just gathering the stuff for the other zones, and then I got caught up in completing some quests for Remy and Scrooge, so that, you know, I would have the clothing store there and I would have Remy's restaurant there, which I don't even know why. And it's also funny, Goofy's stall is moving the entire time. It's a brand new quest which allows you to make kind of like a mini train that is going around the map like every time, and you're going to need to catch it on your horse and then be able to sell. And he obviously appears from nowhere, but anyways, but it's so good. I wasn't expecting to be moving, and it was a wow factor for me, even though it's like so stupid, you know. It's like, okay, it's moving, I don't really care about it, but I feel like it's a nice addition, and it's something that I wouldn't necessarily go for. I mean, and I wouldn't see basically a flying shop or like a moving shop in any other game. So this was like, okay, points for you, Gameloft. I think the 2 zones that I managed to unlock, of course, the first one being like the starting zone, and then I got another portion of the starting zone, and then the one with the Tinkerbell with her quests, I managed to do that in 5 hours in like 2 different days, and like 2 hours in one day and 3 hours in one day, because I got caught up in so much other shit with like the horse and leveling it up, going for my Moonstones chest, and then it was a lot, okay? And also for some reason, the Moonstones chest, I'm only finding them in the valley. Just let me know down in the comments below, fellow Dreamlight Valley players, if it's normal for only the Moonstones to be like in the valley, because I've been looking for them in the different biomes and I was like, okay, so maybe they skipped today. But no, they were in the valley. So after almost like 30 minutes or 45 minutes of me of searching, I looked like a fool because they were in the valley. Yeah. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you'd like more gaming videos that you're either playing on your Steam Deck, on your PC, or on your consoles, because even though you're playing something on the consoles, it doesn't mean that I cannot recommend you something that you might like and might actually love. And I will be doing this year more gaming series that I'm actually very excited to be showing you, so stay tuned for that too. Also, I forgot to mention, but you can have actually up to 4 different horses, which I don't know at this point, why would you have multiple horses? Wouldn't you like to kind of like bond deeply with your horse? Of course, until level 10, which like any other character. I don't know if they're having different perks. I don't know if they can do different stuff. I don't know if it's only for the sake of collecting horses or like a bigger ranch, but I will have to discover and I will come back and report, obviously. And as characters in the Wishblossom Ranch, you are unlocking Cruella de Vil, which I haven't met because I just unlocked the wrong biome and they gave me Tinkerbell, and besides her only tinkering and that's it, not talking to me, I have the annoying Snow White that is in the beginning, and she's allowing you and granting you to have a horse and presenting you the world. It's not like I'm ungrateful to her, but she's like kind of annoying. If you're playing the game, you'll know how annoying her voice is. It's like scratching your nails on chalkboard, that annoying. And apparently actually the biome that I actually wanted, just like in the valley, the biome that I should have gone for first in order to unlock Scar from Lion King, which is one of my favorite characters. I just got it super late to unlocking it, and I'm thinking that I should need to put in some hours and some resources to unlock Cruella de Vil's biome. I'm just going to wait for a bit, but that's fine. At least I'm going to have her at some point. Maybe I'm just going to play this weekend more and I'm just going to have her, I guess. I just don't even know. I don't even know what I'm doing into the weekend, but hey, I'm making plans, right? Because I'm having priorities. I need to unlock Cruella in the game. But yeah, basically overall, I feel like this is a great addition and a great content addition, especially it's loaded with some cute furniture as well. It's loaded with a lot of clothes. Of course, all of them are expensive, just as we know, because Gameloft apparently wants to make everything super grindy, and I'm still struggling to get into the 50k for like the last row of my inventory. But anyways, overall, I feel like it's a good purchase as a first DLC to me that I haven't been playing this game since its release. I have been like a super old first time user and I've been gathering all the feedback on it, and actually it's like a really good and is overwhelmingly positive for the reviews on Steam. So if you're having extra money or you got it on deals just like I got it for Black Fridays, like last Black Fridays last year, it's just totally worth it and you're having my stamp of approval. And until the next Thursday, make sure to stay tuned on Instagram stories and on more YouTube, because there are going to be more stuff here and also some cute gaming series that will be either on Thursdays or on Sundays, just for you to relax with me. So don't forget to subscribe. Let me know down in the comments below what you're playing, and see you the next Thursday or maybe Sunday. Bye bye.